What is up, combo crew? Bryant Cook, and today I am playing the cheapest, highest tiered legacy deck there is. Oops All Spells. No reserve list cards, no Bayou, no Lion's Eye Diamond, no reserve list. It's crazy, and this deck is only $600 in paper, which is incredibly cheap. And then on Magic Online, due to Force of Vigor, it's $400, which is almost double what the Epic Storm is. Force of Vigor is just so expensive, but without Force of Vigor, it's about the same price as the Epic Storm. So this deck is fairly cheap. $600 for a tiered paper legacy deck. That's, you know, some 2008 energy, if I'm being completely honest. And that's due to not having Lion's Eye Diamond, but for the most part at least. When we look at this deck, because it's Oops All Spells, you don't want to run dual lands, so there's no Bayou or anything like that. No lands even. Instead of running lands, we're running Turntimber, Symbiosis, and Agadeem's Awakening. And these 8 are essentially lands, and then we have effects like Lotus Petal, Chrome Mox, Elvish Spirit Guide, and Simian Spirit Guide for initial mana sources. If you're unfamiliar with how this deck works, we're looking to accelerate into Undercity Informer or Balustrade Spy on turn 1 using effects like Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, all that good stuff. And once you resolve one of these, you either activate Undercity Informer or the triggered ability of Balustrade Spy. You mill yourself. And when you mill yourself, because this deck doesn't have any lands in it, you deck yourself, which then will trigger 4 copies of Narcomoeba to go from your graveyard into the battlefield. And then you can cast a Cabal Therapy to name Force of Will or Force of Negation, one of those two. Cast a Dread Return, return Thassa's Oracle with no library, and win the game. It's actually a fairly straightforward deck. It's pretty linear. There's not a whole lot of play to it, if I'm being honest. Most of the play to this deck is your mulligan decisions. And after that, it's kind of just counting to 3 or 4 and belching. I'm not saying that the deck doesn't have skill. Mulliganing and correct mulliganing is a skill. Knowing how to sideboard in every matchup is a skill. But, you know, counting to 4 mana, not that difficult. I'm sorry. If you're someone that plays this deck, please don't be offended. It's just kind of the truth. One of the things that I do like about this deck list, though, unlike other deck lists, is we have 4 main deck Thoughtseize to pair with our 4 main deck Pact to Negation. That means that this deck has a lot of interaction to fight blue decks. Cabal Therapy's always been around, but Thoughtseize is relatively new to the deck, and I'm a big fan. Having 10 pieces all together to fight against blue decks, while having 8 Spear Guides to combat Daze is fairly impressive. And I think that's one of the reasons why this deck has been doing so well. This deck list is actually lifted from, and I'm going to mispronounce this, but it's like Bivaichi or Bavochi. They finished 9th place at Eternal Weekend, and we're just, you know, straight up copying their deck list and seeing how it goes today. We do have this 1 copy of Bridge from Below, by the way, because if for some reason you don't have enough creatures, either due to drawing too many copies of Narcomoeba or your opponent has too much removal, you can create some zombie tokens with Bridge from Below, and that should get you there. That's the idea behind that. I figured that's worth mentioning. In the sideboard, it's mostly just blue hate and then hate for things like Leyline of the Void, etc. It's, you know, it's straightforward. Leyline for discard decks. This deck isn't overly complicated. In fact, it's probably a great intro deck to Legacy. It's $600 and it's fairly easy to play. So if you're looking to play Legacy, Oops All Spells might be the deck for you. Fun reminder, if you become a member of our channel this month, you get a chance to win this Lotus Field Pioneer Challenger deck. So if you're a member, you know, this could be yours. And on top of that, this month we're doing this promotion where if you're a member, you get access to all videos early. Hopefully you enjoy that. It's a top tier member perk, which is a $50 tier. You're getting that for $5, so it's pretty sweet rewards. Plus, if you go to our shop, 15% all shop merchandise, including our token pack. So code Stormy Holidays. Once again, Stormy Holidays, and you can have your token pack for even less than $13. And if you're looking for ways to support us, check this out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for cyborg help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 cyborg guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue, due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Welcome to round number 1. We are on the play with Oops All Spells. One of the things that I mentioned in the intro is that this deck really likes to mulligan well. For example, this hand doesn't have one of our 8 enablers, which means mulligan. It's pretty simple. And here we have both enablers. We also have 2 initial mana sources, the Simian Spirit Guide. We're going to keep this. And bottom... I think it's supposed to be the Informer. Let's try this. Because the Spy is an extra creature, and I think that matters a little bit more. But I could be wrong. So we're going to start off by bolting ourselves to play the Agadeem's Awakening untapped into Thoughtseize and going to 15 life. And then we just have a turn 2 right here. Force of Will. Let's... Oh no, I'm sorry. Force of Negation. Let's get that crap out of here. Pass the turn. So we're facing 8 cast. Let's reveal their hand here. Pop out the graveyards, because I'm going to need to see mine in a minute. Okay, the Seagate Restoration / Reborn. Draw. Spirit Guide, okay. So let's play our land untapped, going to 12 life. And cast this Cabal Ritual. Okay. Let's remove the Simian Spirit Guide and play Spy. They would need a Force of Will, and instead we get a concession. Easy peasy, counting to 4 like I said. Even easier than counting to 7 for Goblin Charbelcher. So we're facing 8 cast. 8 cast cannot reasonably answer Xanid Swarm, so that's definitely a card we're interested in here. And then Force of Vigor seems interesting to me. You can also board in the Foundation Breaker since you can get it with Summoner's Pact, and it does answer Chalice. I think the Xanid Swarms might be better than Thoughtseize in this matchup, even though they do have like 3 Chalice in their deck. Probably shave a Cabal Ritual for the Foundation Breaker. The question is, how do we fit in these Force of Vigors? I'm not actually sure. You do need some answers to Chalice the Void. So I know that you're allowed to board out Therapy. You're allowed to board out the Bridge from Below. I don't think you're allowed to board out Wild Cantor. You're probably okay to board out one more Cabal Rit, and then maybe you just only board in 3 Force of Vigor. I think I'm okay with this. And you might be thinking, like, Bryant, you need that bridge from below so that you can combo. That's not really true most of the time. It's sort of a corner case that you ever even need the bridge, but we are boarding in 4 copies of Xanid Swarm as well. And this hand is a single black source away from turn 1. I really want to keep this because that's double packed backup. You know what? We're going to live crazy here. Let's do it. So this can get Wild Cantors if I draw an Elvish Spirit Guide or a Lotus Petal. And that hurts. Okay, so I would have needed Force of Vigor. Maybe I can draw one. Nope. That hurts. So instead, I think I'm just going to discard the Xanid Swarm. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this hand. Mulliganing is a skill, like I mentioned. Draw. Okay, discard this Cabal Therapy. What a bummer. Okay. Narcomoeba. I didn't want you. Get rid of that. So all our opponent needs to do at this point is just protect their chalices. It's pretty easy. What were they waiting on 4 mana for? That's what I'm wondering. Red. That's not normal. Karn. Okay, so they're not on a normal 8 cast list. This is sort of their own thing here. That loss is probably my own fault. On the play, I do like Thoughtseize, so we're going to board that in. And probably take out the Swarms. Because on the play, Thoughtseize can hit Chalice, but on the draw, that's not really a thing. I can't but wonder if I'm supposed to just board out the therapies, or not the therapies, the Cabal Rits for the Swarms. Just play slightly slower. Or would take out the Pact for Xanid Swarm. Is another option. Because Xanid Swarm can't be hit by Force Negation. I'm going to try this out. Swarm is also a green card for Force of Vigor, which is pretty good. Alright, on the play for game number 3 against 8 cast. Here we have Force of Vigor, but no creature, so we're going to ship this. This is technically a turn 1. I think we keep it. Bottom Chromox. Okay, opponent going to 5. Now to 4. Opponent's pausing on 4 cards, so it looks like they're going to consider keeping here. Okay. So we'll play the Agadeem's Awakening untapped and cast Dark Ritual. If they have Force and Negation in hand, this is a pretty juicy target. So now we're going to remove the ESG, the Elvish Spirit Guide, and play Spy. They have 4 cards in hand. Force of Will is one of them, and now they're down to 2 cards. So we traded 2 for 2 there. Now we need to find another one of our black creatures. Draw. Elvish Spirit Guide. So now if we draw another Spy, we can actually cast it. We just need to hit one of them. And they use their bauble. Sure. Okay. Ancient Tomb. 2 cards in hand. Needle. So this is going to cut off our outs, at least for now. Because now in order to draw the win, we have to draw another Spy. Undercity Informer will not do. And they named Undercity Informer as well. So draw. Force of Vigor. So not the worst draw. We can blow up this needle now. But there's no real point in blowing up the needle because it's not doing anything at the moment. And our opponent's just passing. Okay. Draw. Another Agadeem Awakening. We'll play that tapped. Pass the turn. Okay, so our opponent's up to 3 cards now. Bobble, you got it. Bobble me. And they're passing. So they're about to go back up to 3 cards. So they're drawing off Bobble on our upkeep. We'll move to our draw step. Turntimber. Alright, let's play it. Tapped. I could play a Spirit Guide and start the beatdown. You know what? Let's party. Elvish Spirit Guide. Let's go. What's a Karn gonna do against a Spirit Guide, am I right? Okay, and it looks like they're passing here. Elvish Spirit Guide beatdown! Foundation Breaker. Ooh. Why isn't this thing bigger? It's only a 2/2? Seems kind of weak. Get in there. What is this? They're tapping 4 mana for something. One of it's red. Prismari Command. Oh, that's too funny. They discarded Echo. Okay. So they're likely going to flash that back. Let's exile Elvish Spirit Guide and play the Foundation Breaker. They have 2 cards in hand. Get out of here, Needle. Pass the turn. So now if they want to play Echo, they don't have Needle as a card stopping me from winning. And there's Saga. Are you flashing back Echo? Torp or Orb? Okay, well, we do have this Force of Vigor in hand. Let's cast it. We'll have both of these. Okay, so 1 card in hand to our 1 card after our draw step. Lotus Petal. Get in there. Ugh, aggro deck. Play out Petal because they have an Echo in their graveyard. Pass the turn. Looks like they're passing. They're afraid to cast the Echo, as they should be. Draw. Therapy, that's not bad. Okay. I don't know if I should cast it or not. I think if I draw a creature, I'm going to want to be able to win in 1 turn, so it's probably not the worst idea to cast it right now. And I'm going to name Force of Negation. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that's what's in their hand. Well, it turns out they had both. Okay. It might have been worth them hardcasting the Force of Negation there. And I know that they have a Force of Will now that they can hardcast. Draw. Narcomoeba. Get in there, Foundation Breaker. This is just good, honest magic right here. I love it. Alright, they're at 10. I'm not playing the Narco out yet. I need to keep 4 mana for in case I draw a creature that wins the game. Gemstone Caverns. Force Will is their last card in hand. Okay, draw. Let's get in there. So now they're going to go to 8. And sacrifice this for blue. Play the Narco. You gonna Force Will my Narcomoeba? You coward. Do it. Do it! Now we play Crypt. Pass the turn. If I draw the last Crypt of Agadeem, I can return a creature that costs 1. So, just throwing that out there. Chalice on 1. Enforceable is their last card in hand. But they can't cast it, so if I drew a creature right here... Ding! Attack town. So part of me wants to be really funny and not win with this Undercity Informer. Because, like, I have lethal on board. But they're going to concede anyway. That was a blast. I had a lot of fun. Match number 1, we won it versus what I'm guessing is 8 casts. Like, it could just be Urza Echo, but I don't know. We never saw any of the cast cards for what it's worth. There's Thought Cast and what's the other one? The creature. I can't think of it right now. But we never saw any of that stuff. We only saw the shell. Weird. But I'll take the match win. I will see you in match number 2. We have 4 mana and a black creature. Keep. We I guess we don't need, we would like a protection spell, but that's not the end of the world. We do just, belch our opponent on turn 1, and that is currently our game plan. Island. Preordain. Okay, so Pact of Negation or Thoughtseize would be nice. Two on the bottom. Okay. Draw. Summoner's Pact. So unfortunately, it does not get any protection spells. I think we're supposed to just try to win here. Play the Lotus Petal. I guess maybe I don't. I didn't realize that I can't do it without casting a Summoner's Pact. Did not realize. It's probably worth it anyway to just jam here, because I'll be giving our opponent more time, and with giving them more time, it's just not good because we don't have any sculpting in our deck. So by doing that, you're allowing the opponent to find cards at a better rate than what you would be drawing, because we only have 8 protection spells anyway. So if I lose the game here, I lose the game here. And if they daze me, I can play Summoner's Pact to go get another Spirit Guide. And it resolved! Holy smokes! Okay. Let's see that graveyard! Okay, so Narcomoeba's trying to come home. Always yes. Okay, it's going to make me click. Okay, so now we have 4 creatures, and now we cast Cabal Therapy targeting our opponent. Let's sacrifice the Spy, create a zombie. Good deal. Woot woot. Game number 1 is ours. And they're a preordained deck, which means that I probably like Xanid Swarm. I don't think we're going to need an effect like Nature's Claim or Force of Vigor here, but siding in 1 copy of Foundation Breaker is pretty free, so I don't hate doing that. Let's side out a Therapy, board out the Bridge. And just so you know, the sideboard instructions that I'm going off of, I wasn't given a sideboard guide, but my very good friend Winged Hussar, shout out to Ryan, is an Oops player, and this is how Ryan recommended that I boarded when we were playing a lead together a few weeks ago when I was just grinding for QPs. So I did play this deck like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and this is sort of how I was told to sideboard. It's told that you can maybe board out a Chrome Mox, but I'm worried about going down too far on initial mana sources. Question is like Chrome Mox better than something like Cabal Ritual? Or maybe I brought out something like Pact. I'm going to try this out, I think. Alright. Let's see how it goes. I'm pretty good at one of the key skills of this deck, which is Mulligans, despite keeping a bad keep in round number 1. My weakness with playing this deck is I don't really know how to sideboard, so I'm kind of just winging it. Like, I knew trimming Cabal Ritual, the second therapy, and the bridge is allowed, but after that, I don't know. So here, once again, no black creature, mulligan. Black creature, initial mana source, Xanid Swarm, double Narco. I think that we should probably just go to 5 instead. Black source, Balustrade Spy. Yeah, I think we keep this and we get rid of Cabal Ritual and the Summoner's Pact. Look to draw Xanid Swarm or Thoughtseize off the top. Okay. Flooded Strand, pass the turn, draw. Wild Cantor. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. I don't really like the idea of just going all in when our opponent kept 7, knowing what we're playing. You're on Doomsday? I thought that this was like a... What is it called? A show and tell deck. So Island Preordain certainly got me in game number 1. Because Preordain has sort of fallen out of favor in Doomsday due to Consider. So I think that Swarm is good on the play, but on the draw, I think Pact is a little bit better. It looks like they're passing the turn, and I get a chance here at Redemption. Draw. No. I just have to pass the turn. Okay. It looks like they're passing, so they have at least 1 force in their hand. Draw. And I guess Foundation... These decks usually play like 2 ley lines, so Foundation Breaker as a 1-up wasn't terrible. But as a draw here, it's kind of the worst. Alright, we're just going to have to pass the turn. Okay. They're on a Predict build, too. They milled Thoughtseize with their Predict. I enjoy that. They also blind named and missed, so they only got 1 card off their Predict. They might be on a slower build if they're running Predict and Preordains. I personally don't like the slower builds, but what I like doesn't matter. Another copy of Summoner's Pact. Let's just play the Wild Cantor. They don't have removal. Or they shouldn't have removal, I should say. Let's start the beat down. If they want to force this, have at it. Okay, so by the looks of it, if I had to guess, our opponent is missing Doomsday. Because they just discarded a Dark Ritual, so their hand is likely a bunch of gas. They just need to hit the key card. The namesake of the deck, Doomsday. They did not shuffle, which means we're probably dead. No? Okay. Draw. Thoughtseize. Let's get in there. Ooh. Okay. And cast it. Force of Negation. So they have 5 cards. I think I'm probably dead if I pass the turn. Because they kept their Ponder. Let's try Dark Ritual. That resolved. Cabal Ritual. Spy. Going to get forced here. I can feel it. And that is a force. Pitching force. Okay. So, even if our opponent doesn't have Doomsday, even if we drew a black creature, I can't win. Because these 2 Summoners Pack get 2 copies of Elvish Spirit Guide, and I'm just far behind. Tundra. They're on an ultra slow build. Okay. And it looks like they had it. I'll save them the time. I can't win the game, so let's just go to game number 3. And we can Oh, I should have let it resolve. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. So the reason I should have let it resolve is I could see if they had Leyline in their board to see if I need this Foundation Breaker or not. That was a mistake on my part. Damn. Alright, so I think we probably want these packs, and we can board out 2 copies of Xanad. Like, Xanad's nice, but it's not that good. I wonder if I just play without the Foundation Breakers. Could do something like this. Let's do it. If I get Leylined, I get Leylined. On the play for game number 3. Here we have double black creature. I think I'm in. Okay, so I kept my hand. Our opponent's going to think about theirs. I don't know how you're supposed to sequence this. Like, Dark Ritual Informer is like pretty good, and it trades 2 for 2 with Force of Will. But technically, Informer doesn't even win the game, because I have this Narcomoeba in my hand, and if I mill 3, I can't Cabal Therapy for Force and Negation. So let's play the Crypt. Dark Ritual. See if they force a negation here. That resolved. Kept 6. I think I'm going to play the Informer, because if one gets hit by Force, I'd rather it be this one. Although this is super awkward that I don't have the bridge in the deck and I have an Narcomoeba in my hand. Alright, and they forced it. So now I am a mana source away from casting the Spy next turn. Underground Sea into Ponder. Did not shuffle off Ponder. And there's our mana source. So let's play Chromox. Imprint Narcomoeba. Cabal Ritual. Spirit Guide Spy. Do you have another force? Nope. Okay. So, always yes. Auto yield. Yes. Okay, they just didn't remember. So here, they don't have daze. I know that much, or else they could have dazed the Spy. So we're going to target them and name Force and Negation. See what they have. Nothing. Okay. So they're on the Profane Tutor build. And now we go put our Oracle into play. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And that is 2-0 with Oops All Spells. Pretty good. We just beat one of the best decks in the format with this deck that costs less than $600. Pretty sweet. Stick around. Hopefully we crush the last 3 and 5-0 this thing. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Round 3, and we are on the play again with Oops All Spells, so we're running hot right now. We have the Oracle in our hand, a little bit awkward, and while we do have a black creature, we don't have a black mana source. We actually have double green here. If we had a Summoner's Pact instead of this Narcomoeba, we could go get our Wild Cantor, but unfortunately, I think this hand is just a mulligan. We're going to ship it. And here we have the Balustrade Spy and a black source, but no acceleration outside of these Summoner's Pacts. I think we do keep this, and we just try to play it a little bit slower. So let's keep this, and I think it might be okay to get rid of the Cantor here. We need one more mana source to cast this Spy on turn 2. Opponent mulliganing to 5. Main deck Leyline of the Void? Oh, why? Why? Alright. They're probably on the like the Black Curses deck. Yeah. Super punished. Unreal. So we just got like a nightmare matchup. Draw. I'm just gonna go to game. We're not gonna win this. Unreal. Okay, so we have to win both post-board games against the main deck Leyline of the Void deck. So I think we probably want our Nature's Claims. We want our Force of Vigors. Probably take these late. I don't know if they're a discard deck. Like some of these are, some aren't. But I do know Pact and Negation, not very good here. On the draw, I don't think Thoughtseize is actually that good either, so we can get rid of that. And that opens up our sideboard for one card. So it's either one Thoughtseize or one Leyline. And on the draw, I almost think one Leyline is better. It also stops Helm of Obedience, I believe. So what if we did something... Actually, I'm wondering if maybe we board out the bridge and try this with 3 Leylines. Let's party. I'm doing it. Hopefully it works out. You can maybe board in the 4th Leyline over the Cabal Ritual, but I don't know if it's that good. Alright, we're on the play again against the Leyline of the Void main deck. And here we have Leyline. We have a green mana source. Can't cast these. We also don't have an answer to Leyline. I think we're supposed to ship it. Force of Vigor. Green source. Black creature. Is this a keep? I don't know. It probably is, but like, yikes. I think we just bottom Dread Return and I think we just have to keep this. I'm not going to play the Turntimber. I'm going to hold it because I might end up needing it as my green card for Force of Vigor. And I'd hate to get Thoughtseized on the first turn and not have a green card to remove this Leyline. Okay. So we're going to our turn now, another Turntimber. So I'm allowed to play this one, and I will not Lightning Bolt myself and pass the turn. So now we just need a black source off the top. I guess we need a black source plus another mana or time. Dark Ritual, okay. Am I dead? If this is Helm, we can actually Force of Vigor the Leyline with the ability on the stack. Oh. Well, that sucks. And they suspended Profane Tutor. So now we need to draw another land plus another pitch card. Well, okay, that counts as a land, so now we need another green card. Okay. Come on, deck. Please give me a green card off the top. Am I just dead? Curse. Okay. So, draw. I think we're probably just dead now. So we're gonna lose to mono black curses. Damn. Humility. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be tough to win. And now they probably go get Helm. They could get something else, I'm not sure. I'd have to spend 3 mana for it because of Trinisphere. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so green card? Not a green card. Alright, I'm going to pick this one up. We just didn't get there. Unfortunately, we're 2-1 with 2 rounds left to go. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Match number 4, we're on the play for the 4th match in a row. Kind of lucky, because that's pretty good for this deck. And we have a hand Yorion, so they're playing most likely Death and Taxes. We don't know for sure, but no black creature, can't keep. We have a black creature here. We have a Pact and Negation, but we can't cast it quickly. I think we just have to go to 5. This hand sucks, so let's go to 4. Okay, we have Informer. We have to put back 3, so it'd be these 3. So if I keep this, I have to rep a Mana Source on turn 2. So bottom Pact, bottom Simian, bottom Simian. I mean, I guess I lose the Swords to Plowshares. In fact, I don't think I'm supposed to even play out the Informer. My first thought was, like, I'm going to play Informer on turn 1. But there's no point in doing that unless you just want to lose to Swords to Plowshares. So what's the... like, I don't think that's correct. Alright, draw. Well, that stunk. Okay, we have to pass the turn and lose the Thalia here. That said, fetch lands are a little bit weird if this actually is Death and Taxes. It's probably the Bant deck. Dryad Arbor. Yeah, it's the Bant deck. So, not only do we mulligan super aggressively to have a turn 1, we could possibly lose to them just having a force. So that 6-card hand might have been a keep had I known. Yep. Come on, deck. Give me a Mana Source and for them not to have the appropriate force. Draw. Okay. That was actually not bad. We just have to draw another Mana Source. Is that too much to ask? One has 7 cards now. Windswept Heath. They're activating. What surprise are we expecting here? Another Abundant Growth, okay. Bring in the pain with this Dryad Arbor. I'm feeling it. Okay, draw. That's a Mana Source. How crazy is that? Play it. I think I'm supposed to just cast the Cabal Ritual here. Because if they... I don't have to go all in on that. Am I supposed to Pact? Screw it. We're going all in. I can still play the Spy if this resolves. Alright. Exile this. Spy. Do you have it? Did my Moldifor get there? Oh, baby. Alright, so they could Swords me here. Always yes. Auto yield. This never works the way that I want it to. I want to be able to not click yes 4 times. Okay, now we can Ball Therapy them. Sacrifice Spy. Create a zombie. We'll name Force and Negation. Okay. They just have nothing. Okay. And they're counting on me misclicking here, so let's just not do that. Dread Return. Target the Oracle. Sack these. And that's a game. Woot woot. Get out of here, Bant mid-range pile thing. I think we probably want Foundation Breaker, and then like maybe the Nature's Claims. I think we want to do very minimal sideboarding here is my thought. Probably shave one copy of Cabal Ritual. A Therapy in the Bridge. Like, let's just keep it simple. We have Pact Negation and Thoughtseize to hit things like Endurance and Force. Swarm is fine, but like this is also a deck that runs Prismatic Ending and Sword, so I don't think Xanad's really where we want to be going. Game 2, we've opened up Darble, Narcomoeba, plus Thassa's Oracle. 2 copies of Narcomoeba is not really what the doctor ordered. I don't love 2-mana blue creatures in this deck, so I'm going to ship this. Okay, so here we have the Informer. And Pact. Alright, let's bottom the Summoners. Cancel. I think we bottom this. Yeah. Glad I thought about that again. Because this is just turn 1 with Pact and Negation back up. Okay. 6 cards. Draw. Always be drawing Narcomoeba. Okay, let's start off by playing the Agadeem's Awakening, or the Crypt, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and let's cast the Cabal Ritual. And you don't... So the reason I'm playing the Pact first is I could play the Informer and then play Pact, but if I do that, Swords to Plowshares becomes a card that beats me, and I don't want that to happen. That said, with drawing the Narcomoeba and boarding up the bridge, it's kind of going to happen anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, and now we target ourselves. Sacrifice it to itself, yes. I really wish that I didn't hit this Narcomoeba as my draw step, because now I don't have Cabal Therapy as a live card. Always yes, but I guess on the bright side I have one less click here. Got that going for me. And we'll attempt to counter the Endurance. You have 4 cards in hand. Do you have a Force effect? And our opponent's conceded the game. Woot woot! How about that? We're 3-1, 1 round left to go. Let's get that strong 4-1. The 5th and final match. We were on the play for all 5 of them, if I remember correctly. I'm probably wrong. You're going to be like, match number 2, you weren't on the play or something. I don't care. I'm going to pretend that it was all 5. I think it's all 5. And our opponent revealed the Yorion. Let's see if they're on Oops. This hand is just the nuts, so we're going to keep it. We have turn 1 with Thoughtseize. I'm sorry. Let's see if they're on Death and Taxes. I said Oops. I'm Oops. Oops, I did it again. Bad jokes. I've got them. All right, let's just play Magic. All right, this hand is just insane. Thoughtseize into Undercity Informer. And they are, in fact, Death and Taxes. Let's take the Prelate. Nothing matters. Life is meaningless. Lotus Petal. Black mana. Dark Ritual. Remove. Remove. You're getting oopsed. Target ourselves. Sacrifice the Undercity Informer. Beautiful. Okay. Auto yield. Always yes. Let's try it again. Nope, it just doesn't like me. Okay. That is just a garbage way of setting that up. And we will cast Dread Return on the Thassa's Oracle. Good deal. Wooch wooch. Game number 1 over Death and Taxes. Pact Negation's not really a great card here, so I think we can probably board that out. And then we just board in Force of Vigor. Call it a day. Seems fine to me. I guess Pact stops Surgical. Is Surgical's a card we care about? So I'm going to shave Therapy and Bridge. Maybe I do like 2 Force of Vigor. It's not like Death and Taxes is a Leyline deck. I'm not even sure if this is the right move. Like, am I supposed to just resubmit? Maybe abort in like 1 Foundation Breaker? What if that's just the play? Take out like 1 Therapy for 1 Foundation Breaker. I think I like that. Let's try this out. Alright, Yorion has been revealed again. And we've opened up a hand that doesn't contain a black creature, which means that we mulligan. Also, double Narcomoeba, just not good. Not good. Ship that back. No black creature. Going to 5. We have a black creature here. No black mana. But we do have Pact and Negation. I think I'm going to keep this. Bottom Narcomoeba. Pact. Let's try this. Plains. Mother of Runes. Come on, Black Source. Draw. Ding. Hell yeah. Dark Ritual. Thoughtseize. Mindbreak Trap. We can beat Solitude. Okay. Undercity Informer. Exile. Back-to-back turn 1s with backup. Love it. Yes. Solitude doesn't matter here. Okay. Yes. Always yield. Okay. Sure. 3 creatures is still enough. I guess they hit my bridge. That is fair. Yes. 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 And then Dread Return on Thassa's Oracle. Would you look at that? We got a 4-1 with Oops All Spells. Love it. Love it. Let's go back to the deck list. Would I change anything? No, I'm not an Oops All Spells expert. I couldn't tell you what works and what doesn't. The deck felt really powerful. The only thing we lost to was the main deck Leyline of the Void deck. For being a $600 deck, this deck is super powerful. No reserve list cards. I would definitely recommend it. Let me know what you thought. Thank you for watching. Keep storming. Have a great day. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.